Hi, welcome to Messy Missy Creates. This is Melissa. I am working in my journal. I'm going to catch up on some days, and I'm not current, but I'm getting closer. And I think I've got almost all my stuff together to finish out the month, or well, it's almost done. So, we're going to start on Saturday, February 18th, and I have most of it. I have some of it already in. I've got my background. I just have to glue in a couple other things. This was kind of an exciting day for me. Well, we worked in the garden. We planted potatoes. That's something that we do here. Usually we shoot for about Valentine's Day, but if you remember, I was sick on Valentine's Day, and it was during the week. But anyway, so I've got those. My husband, my car has been sitting up. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I have not driven since July of 2021. So over a year and a half. So my car's been sitting. It's being cranked, but let's see. And while I do this, I'm going to glue. Or while I'm telling you this, I'm going to glue. Let's see. Let me not mess up here. Anyway, my husband cleaned out my car, or we got it cleaned out. He took it up, got it washed, and anyway, we were, so I got to practice like in our driveway. And, I did okay. I mean, you can only go so fast, when you're in your driveway. So, we have a circle driveway, so anyway, we picked some carrots. I made some soup. I may not fit it all on this page, but I'm going to use that image. I have a big bowl of soup, but I thought I was going to use that, but I don't have the room for it. So, and then he took his dad fishing that evening. So they went, I think I'm going to use this image right here. It's got a glare. Let's see. How's that? I'm just going to glance through real quick. See if there's anything else I like better. Maybe a 2 people kind of thing. I might use that. That might work. I'm gonna see if I could, if I could find like a father-son kind of thing. This is a Cabela's magazine. It's an old one. Well, I say it's old. It's from 2021. Not that that matters. But we fish a lot. Well, we used to fish a lot. He fishes in 2 clubs. I fished with him in one. And so, we have all these magazines, and, I use them. I cut them up for all the things. So, and then, let's see. Well, let me, hold on just a second. I forgot this one. So the other one probably did too. Anyway, have our address on them, so I guess I should not do that. Let me see. Maybe not. Just gonna see real quick. I don't want to get hung up on this because oh, how cute. See, yes, if we'd have had a boy, actually we had a girl, and that's kind of the same thing, a little boat and a baby carriage. We had one daughter who was very much a sports person, sportsman, sportswoman, if you want to get technical, but I don't split hairs. I'm not seeing anything else I like any better than that, so like I said, I don't want to get hung up on this too much. I was just glancing. Ooh, that's a big fish. We bass fish. So, and I actually got to do that for the first time in a while this past weekend. And it was great. I was exhausted. And yeah, it was good. And I kind of thought about, let's see, where was the other one I was debating on? Well, there's a small picture. It looks like it could be father-son. Yeah. But I thought about that one maybe. So where's my scissors? let's see. You know, this one little image might actually work. They did not catch anything like this. Well, I guess that's part of the cover. Anyway, but his dad used to tournament fish with us, but he's gotten to where he doesn't do that as much anymore, so he just tried to take him out, you know, for an afternoon, just fun fish. And so I did not get a picture of the two of them, or I would put that on there. But let's see where I can fit this. So this was a hibiscus that I propagated myself, and it was blooming that day in my greenhouse. So that was exciting. It's so pretty. It's called Tequila Sunrise, and it's a real vibrant yellow with a reddish orange center. Let's see. I love finding magazine images that work. You know what? I just do. Let's see. Well, I could put that too, but I don't need it. So, when I make soup, I make with fresh veggies from my garden. And not, you know, not the chicken and not the, I don't make the noodles, but anyway, so this was at the tail end of me being sick. I wish I had had this earlier in the week, but I did not. I did not have the strength to do it. I couldn't, you know, I would have never been able to do that. I couldn't even get out of bed. I didn't even have the energy to eat it, let alone cook it. So it really was irrelevant because I did not have an appetite either. So we're not going to rehash all of that lovely time frame, but let's see. Garbage down here to my right. I think I'm going to collage kind of like this. Yeah, this will almost be a collage. So that was me trying to, I'm going to glue this one first, I think. Right there, because I like it. There we go. Couldn't figure out where I put my glue. Anyway, and we should be able to have this page done in a jiffy. Put this one up here. This still gives me room. I like these lines. I like the colors. It was a sunny day. It was gorgeous. And it was just a great day to be outside. So I was, you know, when I wasn't, other than running in, doing the, you know, intermittent stuff for the soup, I was, let's see, I don't want to put that too far over there because I'm probably going to put some washi tape down the middle. Maybe. Not, you know, not a guarantee. Apparently that wants a little more glue right there. Alrighty. So we didn't get a big harvest of carrots yet. We actually are running behind. The squirrels dug up the first bed of carrots that I planted in the fall. The squirrels dug them up before I could, I mean, when they were still seeds. They weren't digging up the carrots specifically. I think they were either burying or retrieving the nuts that they had already buried. We have pecan trees all around the garden, so which gives us some nice shade. You know, in the dead of summer, it's really nice to have a little bit of shade. But all the nuts fall on the garden. So I think I'm just gonna stick this down here and I'll just make note of it. It was just a short trip. They just went to the river right up the street. And so that was just a nice little outing for them. And then here's my carrots. And then all I have to do is go back in and journal a little bit. And bada bing, bada boom, you have a page. And again, like I always say, even if I don't, on the days that I don't come back and journal, with all the illustrations, I like to say I illustrate my day. Because look, I can tell you exactly what we did that day. Just by looking at, you know, just by looking at the pictures. So, alrighty, onward and forward. I'd used this piece out of a magazine and another, ooh, I glued it on crooked though, wow. I'd used that on another day, and, oh, on this day. So, did I mess that up? I did. They did not fish this day. Darn it. Now I gotta figure out what to do with that. Okay. Well, I'll wait till it dries and then see if I can put some, I'll put a sticker or something. It was the next day. Yeah. It was Sunday afternoon. Okay. That's right. They went Sunday afternoon and I played in the garden. That's why I have this right here. So I was happy that, I know that you probably can't make heads or tails out of what these pictures are, but I know what they are. They are, let me trim this down a little bit, I think. I don't know, do I want it? Anyway, when we had that really cold around Christmas, I mean, everybody did, right? Everybody had a really cold, snap. And I'm going to go back to this and get a different picture now, seeing as how I have more space. Anyway, we had a harder freeze than normally we do in Florida. And, I mean, I'm in the northern part of Florida, so it does get cold here sometimes. More so in South Florida. But it doesn't usually freeze. Our ground doesn't usually freeze. If it freezes, it thaws out usually the next day or maybe a day or two. That's rare, but this time it stayed below freezing for 4 days, I believe. So I was really worried about some of my perennials in my herb garden. And so I was looking at and trimming up the long branches of what was left of my stevia plant. I've been babying this thing for 3 years, trying to get it to grow enough that I could harvest off of it, or harvest enough to dry and put in my tea. I like my tea garden. I make homemade teas. And so I was trimming up all these little, what they grew on last year, and lo and behold, I see this big bulb, or this big rounded mound of greenery. And I looked again and I'm like, that's my stevia. So it survived. And then this is chamomile. I had thrown the seeds in the fall so that the, you know, because I have oregano and mint and whatever. This is just one of many raised beds that I have. And so I threw the chamomile in there because I know it'll usually grow in the cooler months. And so anyway, it's taken off. I don't have any blooms on it yet, but it's one of the things that we have to grow in the cooler months because it can't withstand the heat of the spring here. Not just summer, but the spring too. Okay, so now I might have to trim that off, but that's okay. And I'm gonna put that right here and this right here, maybe like that. I was gonna put these over here, but I don't think I need the space. And then put this because they're thriving, and I'm so happy. So I think I'm gonna overlap them like that. Maybe trim that off a smidge. And how about like that? I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna glue that one down. But I was so happy to see that because I mean, I bought another plant in the fall, and it cost me, I don't know, like $20 plus shipping. But I bought it just in case because I wasn't sure if that one had survived. And so now I have two, and the other one's just a baby. It's been living in the greenhouse. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to overlap like that. Okay. Or maybe like that. How about we spend a lot of time on this because it's very important, right? Or maybe like that. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to leave myself some journaling space too. And if you notice, I did not do a background on this one. I have enough on background over here. And let me see if I can get this a little bit straight. That's decent. And I'll put that right there. And anyway, I'm just going to take maybe my midliners, my markers, my something, and, you know, mark out some journaling space. Maybe go over some of the lines or something like that. There. I like it. That will work. I have misplaced my zipper bag with my favorite markers, of course. Oh, nope. Looky here. It's right in my journal cart, just where it's supposed to be. I'm not going to necessarily do this right this second, but I was just going to show you what I meant. So I could take some green, and I have this pack of them, but they have a brush tip. So this chisel tip works best for, well, I've got glue on here. I might have to wait for it to dry. Ew. Let's see. Can we get that off? Well, anyway, so I'll do it right here, and then you can see what I mean. So just like some little journaling spots right there on my page. It kind of covers up the lines, and it gives just a little bit extra. I'm going to hold off on that one. And, you know, I can write here and then carry it down here. And that's really all the journaling space I need because, again, I've illustrated my day. So I'm going to let that dry, and I was going to put that. Yeah, I might still. I like it. I might as well. It's right here. And it's February and still, and so I might as well use the heart, right? I'm really trying to use up some of those printables that I have had printed forever and a day. And I got that new washi. I love it. It's got flowers and anyway. Okay, so here we are to a day that doesn't have any background. It has nothing. Let's see. Might as well. All right, but I have already dug through and kind of thought about at least what I have. So this is Monday the 20th. Let's see. I got my PT schedule. I did not. Let me cut this. I thought she was cute. So we went to, let me see, what did I do that day? Oh, I worked at the clinic. I came home, and then we had a fishing meeting that evening. You know, we have a meeting like before the week of the tournament. And we went a little early, and in the big parking lot, the big empty parking lot, I got to practice driving again and got up a little faster than I could in my driveway to see if my foot was going to work. And it did okay. I mean, I'm not highway bound, but I'm getting there. It's progress. And if I've learned anything over the last year and a half, progress comes very slowly. And I was thinking about it a little while ago, but when I was first paralyzed and I went to PT and they told me, you know, probably a year or two, and Lordy mercy, they weren't kidding. I didn't want to hear it at the time. I was like, nope, not hearing it, not having it. I got things to do. But your body heals in its own time. Let's see, I might go with the solid blue after all, after I just cut that one out. And I probably want some kind of a background. I'm thinking I want some sort of blue background. And what are our options? Let's see. I actually have a piece of plastic. Yay! I have been using some of my watercolor markers. Here we go. And oh, right here. Let me move that. Let me erase. Excuse my reach. So, how are all of you? How is your well, okay, I didn't use that. That's right. Duh. Okay, don't get in the ink. Oh, I did it. Look at, I did it. Dang it. All right. How are your I was gonna get a piece of deli paper and put under here. Alrighty, give me just a moment. I don't want to get all this other stuff wet. How are we doing on time? We're not doing too bad. Alrighty. How is your, I almost said your Saturday journal. Duh. How is your February journal looking? Anyone have their, what's the next month? March. Anybody have their March journal finished yet? Or made, or whatever you do to it. See, I think that's going to be a little, ooh, I'm going to try it. I'll do a little bit. These are some old Marvy Le Plume. These are just really old. These are my old and cheap watercolor markers. Well, old and or cheap. Okay, these colors may not look good together. Just brace yourself, because they just might not. I really didn't know what to expect color-wise from that. I knew it was going to be dark, but I did not know. Alrighty, I'm going to take and close that. I still love my bunnies. I never did go back and put February or Love's in the Air or anything like that. Let's see. That's alright. I kind of like it. But also sometimes I've noticed the markers, as they've gotten older, some of them aren't the color that they claim to be. So that does not take too long to dry. Let me see what we have here. I have a lot of stuff on here. Thinking I want maybe a green blue background. See if I can put all the stuff. I might as well go ahead and do that while I'm doing it. Let's see. Maybe. Where did my plastic go? I just had it. I know you all know where it is. Did it fall on the floor? Well, no, I don't see it. Oh, I put it up to the side like a responsible person. Wow, imagine that. I finished my glue book today, or finished making the glue book today. making it in that, if you've watched any of those videos where I was doing the washi and all that, that's all I was doing. I was getting the pages prepped and, you know, the washi on it. And so I just finished that a few minutes ago. And I love it. If you'd like, I'll give you a sneak peek of it. Anybody want to see it? Raise your hand. Put it in the comments. Something, yes, I want to see. The edges, I did stick to kind of a rainbow-ish. Let me get this blue on. Let me get some blue on here, and then I'll show you. I'm gonna use that blue this time. Oh, these are long. They're very long markers. But I like this little subtle background. It doesn't put too much water on the background. I know Elizabeth calls this smushing. I have watched Tim Holtz for years and years and years. Probably, I don't know, 12, 13 years, 10, 12, 13 years. Not even sure how long, you know, I'm not sure how long he's been crafting, but anyway, I know that I've had one of his machines for 10 or 12 years, so longer than that. And I think he calls it kissing. And that's kind of, especially with like the distress inks and oxides and stuff like that. So I tend to do more of a kissing technique. Rather than the smush and you leave it on there and you let it dry and then all the colors blend together and make more of a solid color. And I tend to like this. It doesn't soak in the page quite as much. You know, it doesn't wet the page as much. And I like that organic look of it. Anyway, I like both ways. But if I'm doing it directly in my journal, I like this way because it doesn't put quite as much quite as much water on the paper. Okay. While that's drying, I'll show you my glue book. I haven't done the cover yet. I was picking out paper for it, and yes, of course, I'm going to do something rainbow. But look at the look. Look at the rainbow-ish. This back here gets a little muddy because it's a variety. It's browns, black and whites, and spring, and some flowers, and some bunnies, and then my rainbow. Then it end with my rainbow page. But my yellow ended up being predominant over my orange because I folded over the yellow tape on that page right there, even though this is one of my orange pages. And so I think if I had folded over the orange page, the orange tape, it would have looked more like, you know, and see, I folded the yellow over there and then put the green. So it looks like a lot more yellow than it is, but that's okay. Live and learn, right? This is my first one. So I've got all the pink, red, pinks, fuchsia, hot pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, teals, a few purples, and some natural neutral colors, and then black and white. Anyway, so alrighty, what day was this? Okay, this was Monday the 20th. I think I might be able to glue at least that on here. And then I'm going to look at what I have. And yeah, I like that. That blue, I'll have to remember that. That was that really dark blue. But when added to the water, it really made a pretty blue. I'll have to remember that because I like it. And you can do that with the daubers too. You can do it with Distress ink. You can do it with any kind of water-soluble markers. Not your alcohol markers, but you can do it with just about anything. Like Crayola and all that good stuff. Okay. What else did I have? Oh yeah, my car, I had that. I'm not going to try to glue that on just yet. I think that's all I had for that day, other than I was going to look for something that represented the fishing meeting. And I think I saw, I don't know if it was in here. Let me see. Nope. And that's not the Bassmaster magazine I wanted. It's the one I found. You know, I had a... See, I was thinking I'd use... Oh, man, it's on the cover. Darn it. Because I do want to use that. That's what it looks like in the mornings when we first go out and the sun's just coming up. It probably is what it looks like in the evening, too. I was going to use that image, but I don't want to now. Let me see if I can find something that looks like... Well, I could just use a bunch of fishing poles. What did you think? Huh. Well, again, I'm not going to get hung up on it too much. Or I say that, and I probably will. Because I'm not going to find what I want right off the bat. Well, I could just use that. Nah, I don't know. Something will come to me and then I'll come back and add it. But anyway, I think that's dry enough. So I worked the clinic that morning and then we drove. Drove to the meeting. So I will put that there. And let me move that over so I don't... I want to put some washi on the side there. I'm trying to make a point of not putting... I've been doing better with my numbers because some of them I run right over here. And anyway, so... But yeah, I got to practice driving, and then I did really well in the parking lot. I still have an AFO, which is an ankle foot orthotic. It's a brace that holds my foot up. It runs up the back of my leg and under my foot. Anyway, so I was trying it with and without that, because it's really hard, and it's my right foot, so that's why I'm struggling. I haven't been able to drive. If it had been my left foot, I could have already driven. And I know you can drive left-footed. I did try. This was the other thing that I did. I think I'm going to... Finally got my new PT schedule. So I'll go back in and add that whenever I figure out what I'm going to do for the meeting. This is the 21st. So I have my stuff right here. Right here. I think this is a Tuesday. I have too much stuff for this day. I do know that. Let me see what numbers I pulled. So on this day, it was exciting because guess what I did? My husband said, "Why don't you come pick me up?" He works like a quarter of a mile down the street. And I said, "Ooh, okay." And picked him up and we went to lunch. And this was the text where he texted me, and he even asked me, "Did you put that in your journal?" So I had to make a point to put it in my journal. I could just use that. So it'll probably be one of those. I'm gonna put that up there, get those out of the way. So it did not take me long to hop in my car and go pick him up. I was like, "You don't have to tell me twice." I said, "Seriously?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." So I was throwing my clothes on. He's like, "Have you left yet?" I was like, "Okay." It's like, well, I still had to kind of get ready. I was out in the garden working. So then when I left him, I went to a thrift store. And it's still on my street. I never left my road. The disadvantage of living on a street like this is the road noise. The advantage is there's several places I can go and I don't have to leave my road. So I drove myself. I went in. I overdid it. I got too tired and had a hard time getting back out. That was the truth of it. But, oh, and I don't have my little thing for where we ate. This is, then I created, this is the day that I made the, this was our week 4 of our Inspired to Create, our prompt challenge that the one that Allison and I are doing, the one AJ's Inspired Life, Allison from AJ's Inspired Life. And anyway, let's see. All right, and these are from some printables I made where it says I made a video today. I watched you, and it's all the YouTube symbol. I made a video. I watched, binged, whatever. Oop, I think I just shook you. Sorry. Okay, so I like that one, but I think I like this blue better, and I think, yeah, I'll use the blue. Why not? I've got the blue. I should have used that brighter blue on this page too, apparently. And yeah, we are cranking right along, aren't we? Like I said, I had a good bit of it prepped. I sat in here for a little while yesterday and gathered all my stuff. I got my little list of things, my little notes where I you know, kind of jot down just the basics of what I do or what I did on certain days or each day. And you know, you miss some of the little subtle, you know, like I know I was working in the garden. There's that gnat again. But I don't remember what I was doing in the garden, and that was just a week ago. Not even a week ago. So, alrighty. It felt, I cannot tell you, if you've ever had a long period of time where you haven't driven or been sick or whatever, I cannot express to you what it felt like to just get dressed, grab my keys, get in my car, and leave the house. At my will, at my time, at my, you know what I mean? I have been, you know, depending on rides and things or, you know, whatever, somebody else's schedule, somebody else's timing. I was kind of joking around, and I told somebody, I said, yeah, that's the first time I've left the house unsupervised. You know, and, well, we're inching up on 2 years here. But definitely over 1.5 years. So, cannot express to you how good that felt. Even though, you know, I didn't go very far. I didn't, you know. It didn't matter. I got to go somewhere by myself. And it's not that I want to be by myself. I get plenty of by myself time at home. I'm home by myself most of the days. So that's not the issue. But it's just the, you know, being unsupervised, going somewhere by yourself, you know, like a big person, like a grown-up. Let's see. Alrighty. So I think that's most of that day. That's the picture of, well, this right here. So this is already on that page. And let's see, I think I had PT today. I was actually going to, oh yeah, I had PT and then went to Dollar Tree. I needed a few more of the big pots. I think, oh, this pink doesn't match. Let's see. I was trying to find, you know, just to represent that I went. Let's see, what are my other options? Dig in my painting papers. Okay, well that green doesn't match, but certainly does better than the pink. And I can cover that up if I want. Okay, I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use both glues, I think. And just kind of put it right there. You know, I don't have to do this either. I think I have another option, but I've already got glue on here, so I'm going to do it. I'll put it right. Oh, I'm going back over here. Put it right there. Well, maybe straight, maybe not. Straight-ish. I had forgotten that I actually got a, well, that's pink. I did get these stickers, and they would go perfectly on this day. They had the most pretty hydrangea stickers. Okay, and if I don't lose it, I have my plastic for my ink stuff. Because this is the iris, this is the day that we did this, and these are the prompts that Allison sent me. This was that day we did Friend, and we actually swapped prompts. If you haven't seen that, the video is, it's last Wednesday, the 22nd, right? And this was a collage. I struggled with it a little bit, but not because, I mean, they're beautiful items. I think I was struggling because I couldn't make up my mind between the two backgrounds. I had two different backgrounds, and I think I couldn't make up my mind. I think I'm going to, I think I'm just going to put this in here like this. This was what she sent it in. And it said happy week 4 prompts. So I can just kind of tip that in my journal. And actually I could do that and make a pocket. That might make more sense. And then I could put this in here. And I went to PT. I did all my exercise. I'm not sure. Don't want the red. I know that. And this is a beautiful, I want to say it's Delphium, but I don't think that's correct. It's the same color as a blue Delphium. Anyway, it was in my greenhouse. And this is, I never did get to finish painting my greenhouse, but it's made out of old windows. And so this was just looking in the window. So I like that right there. And you can have this right here. Nope, I like that up there. And I think I'm going to cut just on this side of those big scissors. Just like this. Let me give myself a little bit of room so that I can put some washi tape. And we're going to, well, I don't even have to have, let me straighten this top up a little bit. I don't have to have this, right? I just have to have the bottom, ew, I did not cut that straight at all. Okay, there we go. Because I can use that for something else. Alrighty. So now all I have to do is, I'm going to glue it down, I think. There, I like it. And I'm going to probably put, or draw some lines on here or something. And I could do that right there. I don't necessarily like that, but I think this is where I'm just going to journal. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue here. And let's see, I'm trying to think, am I missing something? I don't think so. Move this over this way. Glue that down, let it dry for a second. And I had just started back to PT after a few weeks off. See, I have some random piece of washi tape here. There, kind of like that. From the washi tape from the doing all the pages in the glue book. Anyway, so I can make some lines on there, I can journal on there, and then I have this here, and I have to decide on, let's see, I could put this right here, and yep, I like it, I like it. Alrighty, well, let's don't get glue on everything. But I have not made, I was making the glue book, but I have not made my March journal. I'm not making it. I'm still using a composition book. I think I'm going to use this teal. I have not, I haven't done my March journal, and today is the 27th. I keep forgetting this is a short month. So, I need to get on that pretty... Oh, no. Come off of there. What was I doing? What was I thinking? I was putting Wednesday, right? Well, fiddlesticks. Huh. Is that all I... Okay, well, I can fix this. Let's see. Let me get a piece of paper before I dump all these out, and then I should have some blue. Come on, Blue Twos. I know they're in. I know you're in there. How do I not have twos? I haven't used, well, I've got these bright, that bright one. Okay. And it figures that I have to use both of them on the same page. But I can cut more. I was thinking that I had, I know I do, I just don't know where they went. I should have had them in this color, but it's okay. I definitely don't, ew, no. Okay, here's one of them. Maybe I have them in green. Oh, I have one in green. Oh, look, I have two in green. One in that one. Maybe I only cut one of those, one set of the light blue, or that turquoise. All right, so I'm gonna put those to the side, and then I'll shove them back in this little case in a minute. Yeah, I really want this one. actually, if I'm going to use this color, I could just use this and go back to my Wacky Wednesday. I always think of that as Wacky Wednesday. Okay, I'll just do that and save my numbers for the next month. That will work. All right, let me try this again. End up with the same thing we started with. All right, that'll work. I almost put that on there. Doesn't quite work that way. Here you are. Oh, I know what washi I was going to use on this page. I have it sitting right here. This was the washi that Allison, okay, I'll do that. Let's see. This was in her Happy Mail to me. Let me cut this. There we go. I'll have to lift it to put whatever washi I'm going to use on here. I think I will just put that right there. Kind of in the morning slot there. Because I went first thing that morning. And then I can tell I went to Dollar Tree. And then I was in the garden, obviously. And then I can still use one of these pretty stickers. Isn't that iris gorgeous? And this is one of the feathers that Allison makes. I haven't seen her make any in a while. It's out of a map page. And this really beautiful, the dictionary page. And I made this little tag in this green envelope. The green envelope was one of the prompts. If you haven't seen that video, go back and... Wait a minute. This was the little iris on there I didn't get to use. Or I say it's an iris. I'm assuming it's an iris. It was on the page with this. And I was going to cut it out and use it. And I said, wait a minute, I'll use it, you know, on the other page. Or, you know, in my journal when I do my journal. And actually, I probably should have had... Okay, I can't apparently talk and cut at the same time. I probably should have had all of this on this day. Might should put that there. I don't know. I think it can go here. Because it was in that Happy Mail. Maybe I'll put it on this tag. What do you think? No, I know what I'll do. I'll put it down here. Kind of sticking out of... Well, no, because that's the collage. I don't want to add to the collage. I'm just going to use it right here. But I actually opened it on... I did that on Tuesday. So it technically could have gone on the day before. But I'll keep it on this day with the rest of the stuff. And I already have that documented that I did that video that day. So this I'm going to put... Let me see if I can scooch this over a little bit. Not that big of a deal. And then just to document as far as me going to Dollar Tree. Oh, I love hydrangeas so much. And I was right. This is very similar. Because when I was doing this video, I was like, oh, that iris, that color is very similar to the hydrangeas. Yeah, I think this is going to have to go on here like this. I wish I hadn't have put that. Let's see. I have another little piece of washi right here. I have all these little bits of washi. Let's see. Well, I guess I didn't need to do that after all, did I? There. Now, I know where I went, I know what I did, and I can come back and journal a little bit, and then I don't have to do a whole lot. Well, I was going to, I don't know if I really want to. I might not on that page. I'll go back and do that on another day, or later. All right, where are we at on time? Yeah, I think we are almost at an hour, so I think I'm going to wrap up. But we got, what? 18, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages pretty much done. And then I'll have to pick up, and I'll just have to finish off the month. But anyway, well, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that I know that I get inspired watching other people journal. And so hopefully something you saw today or heard or whatever will inspire you. And if not, I hope that you at least just let me keep you company while you're working in your journal or whatever your craft is. And I will see you on the next page. Bye.